Old Jughead's back. Also, Bobby is 18 in Earth years. He stays about 14 in maturity years till about when Emma Frost takes him over and the riders start upping his powers a little. And for some reason, that guy who does poetry with a yo-yo is back. And I know you've been thinking, this can't be a coincidence, right? Surely this miscreant must be a villain in hiding. But no, he's just a douchebag who crashes birthday parties. Teen birthday parties. So, random.
The X-Men?
Oh yeah, well, they party. The Token Gene and Scott tension thing is still going on, even though no one really cares. And even though they dance closely, Poet Guy, who is way too old to be hanging around teens, spits some rhymes, and elsewhere, McWheels has been keeping a secret behind a locked door. His stepbrother, Kane Marco. Old Juggerhead. Well, Juggy, who can't be stopped, can apparently be stopped by being chained to a seat. Flashback about what happened in Juggy's first issues. Then, random bike dudes crash the party because, Born to be Wild was the thing in the late 60s. But the X-Men are trained and take them out without their powers. Poet Guy and random bike dudes, tell me your main story is weak without telling me your main story is weak.
The main story is weak.
So, McWheels goes to Mindlink with Juggy, all the while praying that the machine he made isn't a template for the ones from Demolition Man. But of course, it all goes wrong. Some entity interferes, the machine goes boom, McWheel is on the ground and old Juggy, oh no.
What?
Juggy has absorbed McWheel's powers through the Mindlink. Now he is strong in both mind and body. Must have got milk. Anyways, Bobby gets a goodnight kiss. Ooh, but none of the boys get lucky. Even Warren's best bet only gets him a cup of cocoa. So yeah, things to remember, guys. Don't worry about saving girls from biker gangs and creepy poet men. Hot bitter drinks is all you'll get.
Bravery is its own reward.
The X-Men turn up to the X-Mansion. The lights are off. McWheels is missing. The X-Men head to Cerebo. Its alarm echoing throughout the hall as it shrieks with the voice of 1,000 meth addicts. But all it's detecting is the 5 X-Men. A boom sound, a crash sound. That's a crash with a K, cause why not? The X-Men head downstairs to find the Juggernaut in waiting, and Irrelevant Angel proves his namesake by being knocked out in the very first second. The other 4 are used to it and surround Juggy, but he takes them down one by one till only Token Gene is left standing. Jugs uses his newly found mental power on her and she slumps to the floor. Juggernaut is like, let's burn this mother down, and starts smashing walls, but a voice speaks to him, the one that interfered with the machine. If he wants real power, he has to come to Europe. But as McWheels looks dead, no need to check or verify or anything. No such thing as being unconscious or sleeping. As long as he's laying still, he must be dead, right? So Jugs is like, meh, I'm done here. Might as well have a gap year abroad. Let's go to Europe. The Juggernaut is out for an evening stroll. Gets in touch with nature and makes friends along the way.
He sounds like a nice guy.
Back at the X-Mansion, Token Gene is using some random McWheels tech to tap into the random energy that's floating around and sees a vision of a Raiden wannabe fight some green-looking dude over the gem of Sidorak. As it turns out, this guy is known as the Ancient One. The guy who taught Doctor Strange everything he knows.
I'm afraid not.
Yeah, her, but in dude form in the comics. Now, and I don't know how, but all of a sudden, all of the X-Men know everything about tech and put a tech machine together to call this so-called Ancient One. But who should turn up instead? Bernadette or at least a pale imitation. Get it? He's got no colour in astral form. Pale.
Low-hanging fruit.
Anyways, Doctor Strange says that they can fix this mess by going on a journey, but only 2 can go. And Psyche actually says this as deputy leader. Psyche says he has to go and obviously chooses Token Gene because they danced last issue and he's still got his laser beam on for her, the pair are transported to the lair of Sitarak and transported again into the realm of the gem itself, a world of timeless silence, and are to fight the green guy the Ancient One was fighting, the monster Zorak.
They're fighting a printing company?
That's Xerox. Well, Zorak unleashes death by giant blood cells, while back home, the other X-Men help the army fight Juggy. And surprise, considering a team that's heavily relied on McWheels or even Mimic to win every fight for them recently, neither does so well. But do you know how Token Jean eventually does feed the green printer guy? She throws her watch at him. Seriously, it's a world of timeless silence, right? So apparently Green Printer Guy is allergic to watches or something. I don't know. It tells time and ticks loudly, so I kind of glazed over it, but they grabbed the Ruby prototype, the ethereal world version of like an anti-Sitarak gem, and Chimpum-Puppers they're out of there to fight the Juggernaut. The remaining X-Men are trying to slow Juggy down before he can get a plane to Europe, but few pages short story, Token Jean and Psyche use the gem I don't know. At first I thought it was freezing him, then shook, he's gone, sucked into a portal or something. X-Men win! X-Men win! And all without McWheels, but only because Jean forgot to take off her watch before she jumped into the pool. In the next issue, the X-Men are still trying to fix something to make McWheels better when Token Jean takes a call from Ted. Her friend Ralph, remember the guy who created the Cobalt Man suit? Well, he's been taken. Damn it, Ralph, get your crap together. Being kidnapped is for, well, kids. Anyway, he was man-napped by Tyrannus, this guy who lives underground and who's the sworn enemy of the Mole Man. So, like, really, can't be that big of an issue, right? So someone just happens to have a spare earth-boring vehicle that definitely isn't a red rip-off of the Batmobile in the garage. Next minute, the X-Men have forgotten all about McWheels being on the cusp of death and are off to save the guy who dressed up in a metal suit and tried to kill them a few issues ago. Down, down they go, and instead of Tyrannus, they find Moly Man, but kick his butt and continue on. But Token Jean, Irrelevant Angel, and Iceman get gassed, and they forget who they are. The Mole Man tricks them and says that they're his servants. Elsewhere, Ralph is making a giant robot of Cobalt because the Mole Man made one of diamonds.
That doesn't add up.
I know, right? But you can guess what's coming. The Mole Man and Tyrannus are like, curse you, Power Rangers!
Magic wand! Make my monster
And suddenly their giant-sized robots are battling it out above them. Well, the Mind Watch trio help Mole Man's android win. Psyche and Beast turn up and help take down Tyrannus. Ralph is rescued, and it's all zippity-doo back to the Boar vehicle that isn't a rip-off of the Batmobile. Hey, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this approach, please like and subscribe for more videos. And remember, if you're interested in reading the full story, the easiest way is to sign up to Marvel Unlimited at marvel.com/unlimited.